Hello, 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 hello. I need a shave. It's the start of another week, week 3, and I guess I was very overwhelmed. Um, Certainly the first week. Just where do you make a start? Is it indoors? Is it outside? You know, so many things you look at and you think needs doing. It is week 3 now, and I guess a little clarity is starting to appear. So I'm definitely in what I'm going to call the exploration and tidying phase. Like the changes we made to the kitchen, there are still a number of things in the house that need to be outside the house. Um, I think I've got one of the bedrooms has 4 single beds in it. 4 single beds plus an old carcass of a mattress, which is good for nothing. Well, it's not good for nothing. I'm going to cut it up and use the frame for something. I found a wardrobe. The second bedroom has 2 wardrobes in it. One which is quite nice, the other which is just tapped. So again, that needs to be out of the house. Today I'm off to my French class, which is about 45 minutes away now, which is a bit of a pain. But before I do that, I think what I would like to do I wandered into the coppice earlier and have pulled out the majority of the deadfall. So I've been talking about prepping firewood for next year. So I guess that's this morning's job. Let's see if we can't start make this a little more manageable. Okay, that's the first stage. Second stage, I now need to drag the larger pile to the chainsaw. The previous occupants told me they were leaving a petrol chainsaw, which obviously then I could have cut it here, but I haven't been able to find that yet. But then I know I haven't looked through everything yet. So for now, it's a trudge. Okay, I think you've probably watched me cut enough firewood for the time being. I need to go and prepare for French class. Well, it looks like snow. Maybe sleet, but whatever. Today has become an inside job day. It's my fault for saying, yeah, I probably can just start prepping firewood for the winter now. I think there were winds of 130 kilometers an hour estimated. It's grim. Staying indoors today. Look at me jumping into the 21st century. Washing is on. Well, we've returned to the 1970s when it comes to drying washed clothes. I don't mind that. Okay, so this is the wardrobe I would like out of this room, as there's a much nicer one there. Also, there's some insulation on top of it, and I think that can go into the utility room. Because sometimes only a hammer will do. Whoever put the doors on did a really good job. Out of 2, 4. Out of 12 fixings, I've been able to remove 1 with either a manual or an electric drill. Timber. Do you ever watch those YouTube renovation channels where the first week the bulldozer goes in, clears the land, the walls come down, the ceiling's gone, all done by the end of the first week? This isn't going to be one of those channels. Okay, that's the wardrobe removed and is now in the kitchen. That's another step in the declutter. The next one, I was actually wrong. This room only has the 3 single beds and a wardrobe hidden behind the door, but it also has this, and it's time for this to leave the house. Well, you may struggle to believe this, but that's actually an awful lot heavier than it looks. But I kind of like it there. I think we might keep that. Let's hear it for the boy. Very pleased. Now I've just got to get it out of the house. I don't know, set light to it. Do something with it. Okay, reality check. I made comments on the channel and to my friends about, oh, my property has an old bread oven. It would be great to restore it, to give bread back to the community. I think I've just had a reality check moment. So I'm actually standing on one of the walls of the old bread oven, and you can see over there is the opposing wall. There's what looks like a wall there and another wall where that plant is growing up there. For some reason, it's really interesting how your mind plays tricks on you. I thought there was a lot more intact of the structure than there actually is. But there really isn't. If the house is 300 years old, this looks like this has been gone for 100. You can just I think that is the actual oven there. But I thought there was much more of the structure intact. I thought it was larger than it's appearing. Because when I actually walk around it now, okay, what I thought was a structure, that's a wall. Okay, there is a little bit that sticks out here. See, my knowledge of 18th century French bakeries isn't really as up to date as it ought to be. Is that the back of the oven? I guess if it was cooking for a community, and I guess the community would have been larger then than it is now, I guess it would have been making quite a reasonable number of loaves, so it would have required a decent sized oven. I think maybe that's the back of the oven. And then there's an entrance here. But you can see, I mean, the ground, 1.5 square meters. I think that hole there leads into the back of the other side. And then there's the base. You can just see stone there at the bottom. It comes along here. The ivy's doing really well. I guess that was a door. And then that explains this pile of bricks. So, yes, I may well make bread for the community. But if I do, it's going to be from the comfort of my kitchen. It's not going to come from this. The question is now, what do I do with it? Do I leave it as it is and it will just slowly fall down? Do I clear that area to reveal the ruin? I kind of had grand ideas initially of putting some form of roof and having it as like, you know, oh, a really nice barbecue area. I can't see that ever happening. So, A, B, or C. Leave it as it is. Let nature take its course. B, clear it and reveal what it was. C, spend a fortune in time, effort, money, blood, sweat, tears on something that I really don't think is ever going to be more than a pile of stones. I don't know. However, I do think I'm probably at length for this week's video now. So I'm going to call it there. Call that the end of week 3. Another good week. Progress slowly being made. Clarity developing. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was informative. If you'd like to, feel free to buy me a coffee. If you don't want to, don't worry. But I'd love it if you liked, shared, subscribed, hyped, left a comment. All of those things help the channel. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time from the new rebranded The Normandy window.